Hey there, it's MGTOW Academy. Thank you for watching my video and also checking out the Season 3 premiere of the MGTOW Academy show with Mike Rosa. I had a lot of fun. Now, this video, of course, as indicated by the title, is about my little experience that I'd like to share with you guys, some advice, some tips, all that cool stuff. So where do I start? First of all, let me just go over my, how I started using anabolic aliens to train and any words of wisdom I could potentially pass on. Like I said, I just got started using his at-home workouts, and honestly, if you have nothing, you can still get something, right? You don't need dumbbells or resistance bands or kettlebells or barbells or whatever. You can do just fine, with calisthenics, aka body weight workouts. Those are very, very effective. With that being kept in mind, you do have to make some investment when it comes to fitness, be it an investment of your time, your money, of course, your energy. It may be a combination of both, but be aware that it is a commitment, but a commitment that is well worth your time and energy and investment and everything. So what can I pass on to you? Let's think. Well, number one thing I've learned is that you need to count on discipline, not motivation. I always mention that on Twitter frequently, and I say that for a reason. It's because motivation comes and goes. It's very easy to lay down in bed and watch a motivational YouTube video, but to have discipline is a whole other ballgame. All right, so that's where no matter how tired or how sad or how you feel, you still get yourself to do something, regardless of wanting to just sleep in or take the easy path, the path of least resistance. Discipline will always stick with you, but motivation won't. Motivation is great, but it won't stick with you. It comes and goes. It's temporary. But discipline, once instilled, will not leave you. So count on discipline, not motivation. Next, I believe you already covered this in the podcast, but train everything equally. All right, don't just focus on one area. Like, don't just do arms and don't just do abs and don't just do legs and that's it. Train everything equally, as Mike said. Like, I didn't train my back I didn't put enough focus on my back, and now I'm having to go back and fix that up. Also, avoid eating a lot of junk food. That's personally my biggest struggle, but catch the mistake early on. That's my advice to you. So avoid foods that are high in added sugars, trans and saturated fats. And you don't have to track your food. I don't really track it too much, being honest, but I still keep an eye on it. Just to get started, you don't have to use MyFitnessPal 24/7. Just get in the habit of looking at the food labels and understanding what you are exactly eating and what you're putting into your body, and be creative with it. Have fun. Try out new foods. All right, so it doesn't have to be some boring, bland process. Try out new foods and just watch what you take in. And once you're able to do that, then you can start, using MyFitnessPal to start tracking your foods. All right, don't go crazy over it. Don't beat yourself up if you eat an unhealthy snack. All right, just learn from your mistake and move on. That's something I've learned. You're going to make a ton of mistakes, but move on. On the note of making mistakes, another mistake I've made is not doing my dynamic and static stretches. All right, do your dynamic stretches. That's the dynamic moving stretches where you're swinging your arms and your legs and all sorts of stuff and get your blood flowing before the workouts. Do your dynamic stretches and also do your static stretches, which is kind of like yoga, but it's focused on certain muscle groups. And I find it very relaxing and very helpful. There's tons of benefits to doing your stretching. Off the top of my head, I know there's increased flexibility, so that would increase your muscle gains because there's an increased range of motion, and that will help you gain more muscle. You have a reduced recovery time, increased blood flow overall. Those are the benefits I could list off the top of my head. I'm sure there's probably more, but I'm not going to sit here trying to waste your time thinking of the benefits. Point is, do your dynamic static stretching, especially if you suffer from something called DOMS or delayed onset muscle soreness. That is something that will greatly help you to combat that. All right. I have developed distal bicep tendonitis several times myself, and I'll show you guys how I treat it. I'll link another video to that, actually. I'll link that so you guys can check that out, because I've gotten that whenever I did not stretch. All right, so do your stretches. That will likely prevent you from getting stuff like distal bicep tendonitis. But should you get that, I'll show you how to take care of that later on. But yeah, with that being said, moving forward, one thing you definitely want to do in order to make sure you're getting the most out of it is the mentality of giving it your all, your 100% all the time. Mike says that in his videos, and I'm telling you again, don't just half-ass your way through it. Give it your 100%, take the rest if you need it, and go back at it again. Give it your 100%. This will not only translate to physical benefits, but also mental benefits, to give it not just your 70%, but your 100, maybe even your 110% every single time you try, no matter what it is, all right? The way that I see it is you want to maintain perfect form until failure. So every time I do one of his workouts, I always do it perfect form until I literally cannot do it. I rest, and then I try again. That's what I do, and I just consistently follow that, and I get great results. It's not anything too difficult. You just have to try your best in perfect form until you fail, all right? And you'll get better every single time if you allow that to happen. Mike does have some great programming videos for you guys to also check out. So if you want to program your workouts, you guys can check out his video. I'll be sharing my routine that I typically follow. Right now I'm doing a 30-day program, so I don't really follow a routine. But, before doing the 30-day program, I'll show you the routine, share with you guys the routine that I did. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you guys. I feel like I've said everything I wanted to say, all the, stuff I wanted to share. The way that I envisioned it is if I met someone at the gym or whatever, and they said, hey, man, I'm new to fitness. Give me some advice. That is what I would tell them. Everything I would say to them, I just told to you in the form of a video, all right? So, yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for listening. I hope I helped. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them. I'm happy to help you guys on your journey of fitness. You don't have to be big and, muscular, and that's not exactly my goal. I just, of course, want to stay in shape, try to get as lean as, realistically possible, and as my lifestyle will allow, and to put on as much muscle as possible. So that's my personal goal. Everyone has different goals. Maybe your goal is to get to your, genetic limits, get super lean, or your goal may just to be to, not get, diseases and stuff when you're older. Everyone's got different goals, and that's fine. As long as you have a reason to go for it, I support you. So like I said, ask your questions below. I'll answer them for you, and I'll also link the other stuff I mentioned to you in the description. All right. Thanks for watching.